Dr. Walter Cannon's classic research. He took a cat that hated dogs. He took a dog that hated cats. He took the vitals on the cat, and then he let him go. And here's what happened to the cat after he snatched the cat up to see what it did to the cat after the dog chased it. Heart rate went up, respirations went up, blood sugar went up, blood clotting mechanisms went up in case that dog bit it, muscle function went up so it could run, and digestive went where? It's basically stopped. When the bear is chasing you, when the dog's chasing the cat, we don't need to digest. So when we're stressed, digestion shuts down. What is that saying? Should we eat a meal when we're stressed? No, we shouldn't. There's times when Mary Lou's fixed something for us to eat, and I'll say, I think I'm just going to sit this one out. Why? Well, I'm really stressed right now, and I don't want it to mess with my digestion. Well, in messing with our digestion, yes, your stomach can bother you, and when you eat, it may make it worse. But also when it happens, digestion shuts down, so it's not breaking the food down properly. Actually, the proteins and other nutrients, but especially those proteins, aren't being broke down properly, and then it just goes right through the system. It's not breaking them down from macronutrients to micronutrients. See, in the small intestines, there's little villi. It's like little vacuum cleaners, like shag carpet. And they have little hoses, and they're floating around, and they're sucking all the real small nutrients into the blood. See, on our villi, we have a blood cell that goes like this. We have a lymphatic cell that goes here, and these little bitty villi are sucking in the nutrients that have been broken down small enough so they can get in. It's kind of like, have you ever been to an apple orchard and they're grading the apples? The little apples fall in, then the medium apples fall in, then the big apples fall in. Well, the little nutrients that have been broken down small enough are what gets soaked into the villi, which then goes into the blood. Well, when we're stressed, our digestion doesn't work as well. It shuts it down. And so we're not breaking that food from macro to micro. So not only do we get a stomach ache worse when we eat, or may even get the stomach ache from eating when we're stressed, but what happens is that food that you just ate just gets washed right out the feces, and we're not getting the full benefit of that food. So what happens to the human body? What happens to us? Cortisol levels go up, adrenaline goes up, potassium goes down, and then what do we have? Well, one of the big ones is blood pressure. Blood pressure, straight up. Heart rate goes up, blood pressure goes up, respirations go up, hormones and adrenaline go up, blood sugar goes up. Have you noticed when you're stressed, your blood sugar goes up? Well, that's why. Blood clotting mechanism goes up, just like on that cat. Muscle function goes up, so we can run from the bear. Digestion process shuts off, very similar, but here's some other issues. You increase your risk for cardiovascular disease. You increase your risk for cancer. Angina. Angina is where there's three kinds of muscles in our body, and the heart is a muscle of its own. And the muscle screams real loud if we overwork it when we don't have enough blood flow. And when we don't have enough blood flow, it can be due to a atherosclerosis, where we have a narrowing of the vessel. And so we don't have enough fuel coming in, and it starts screaming, hurting, pain, so we stop so that we don't damage it more from not enough oxygen and blood. So angina. Diabetes, we're more prone to diabetes when we're stressed. Inflammation, which causes things like arthritis. Hypertension, we talked about the blood pressure. Ulcers, how many times have we heard that when we are stressed, we are more prone for an ulcer? He has ulcers because he's stressed all the time. Yeah, we're more prone to ulcers.